This is an episode about a few things that I have thrifted secondhand for the garden, or just have like garden design elements to it. So the first thing I wanted to show you is this. Someone has taken a crusty, dusty, lead-laden tin ceiling tile and they've crafted it into a bit of a basket. Oh, I even kept the tag on, so it was $5. This is copper braided wire. They even use some decorative, copper wire to kind of fasten it together. I love this. I am thinking I may try and do an ivy decoration in here, grow some ivy in here and hang it on the basket or hang it on the door, but we'll see how it goes. If lead bothers you, you can always put a sealant over the top, but I'm not going to be sitting here touching this, and as soon as I'm done in the garden I go wash my hands and I'm not gonna pick the flakes. And it's not coming off, so I'm not worrying about it getting in the dirt. So don't let lead things scare you. That's all. Another cool thing I got recently is this. I believe this is the bottom, or yeah, like the bottom of a child's crib, where you would put, you have the edges of the bed, and then this would be where the mattress sits on top of. I love the green color, and again, it's probably lead paint. It's pretty old and stout, but the goal for this thing was to find a way to hang it up here and hang flowers and herbs from it, or lights. It's just a fun decorative piece, and I kind of, liken it to garden junk, garden chic, if you will. So whether it goes in here or my house or in the potting shed that I don't have yet to be determined, but it looks really nice in here, propped up on the side of the wall. I love this piece, and when I got it, I didn't realize how dark it was. It is twig furniture. I really love twig furniture. I don't really care for the stain whatsoever, but it has been kind of fun to bobble around while I'm working in the high tunnel. So currently, when I was getting ready to show you this, I just had this simple plate, which is also thrifted, an enamel plate. These make great saucers under your houseplants, but I just had that there, and I had this here, and it was over in the corner of the garden shed, or of the high tunnel rather. But it's kind of a fun little piece that I found that didn't quite work in my house like I had want to. It could still go on the porch somewhere once we finish decluttering that with all our building materials from the house. But yeah, it's kind of a fun little garden style thing. Next is I have, ooh, it's still wet. I found this, it's like a chicken feeding pan is what it is, but it's galvanized. It's a little vintage. It works really great for catching water. I love the galvanized look, and it's just very practical. So I use it for this guy because he's broken and I haven't potted him out where he needs to go yet. So it just catches the water, and it's a handy little pan. I think I paid like $1 for this, but I always look for these types of things as plant trays. But anytime I'm at the thrift store, I'm always looking for really fun or interesting pots. I love clay pots because they breathe really well and they're really good for propagating. I also just like the way they look. This is one of my favorites that I got from my friend's aunt's estate. It's a really fun just clay pot, and even has some good lichens already growing on it free of charge. So I like to keep an eye out for those. I also got this wash tub at a yard sale. It's galvanized as well. A friend of mine actually sold it to me. She's really good at finding kind of that garden garden type things that look fun and look nice, and so I've just been using it to put some of my spare pots in. This I use as a seasonal planter. I had a really pretty batwing geranium in it, or excuse me, begonia, and some lobelia, and then this really pretty creeping green sedum that I think will overwinter fine here in the high tunnel. But this is just a fun little wire basket. It was more blue than this, kind of like a French blue, but now it's faded. But if you see wiry things, you can always put a cocoa liner, or you could use anything really, moss, or line it even with some burlap and then fill it with dirt. And this was sitting outside on the table, like our outdoor dining table. Last but not least is this iron plant stand. I found it for $1, and then I turned around and then I found this pot for 50 cents. And the succulents were given to me from my friend. Her significant other grows succulents, and it was such a fun gift to get. And they just look really cute in this, so I kind of just sprinkled these around our garden and also our outdoor furniture, and it just looks kind of fun. So anyway, hope that gave you some inspiration. I don't know, I garden chic, garden-esque, what do you call it? Do you thrift things for your garden, or do you thrift things outside? Oh, I never did show you these. I'll do these. These, I believe, are vintage IKEA from what I could gather. They're like a wire light fixture. The goal is to plant them. The goal is to put them in this way. I found a solar powered light bulb, and I believe that's what I'm going to try and put in those and see how they work. But I need to take the wiring contraption out. They're really fun, just to give some interest in here other than just, you know, what we've got going on here. I know it's utilitarian, but sometimes it's fun to make things a little pretty that tend to be utilitarian. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I love sharing about thrifted finds that I find, and repurposing them, saving them out of the landfills, and giving them a new lease on life with something fun. So if you do that, let me know in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you next time.